Hey friends, I'm Melissa with the Bugz team, and we are at the tail end of our convertible car seat journey for my oldest, and I am excited to be diving into the world of harness to booster seats right along with the families watching at home. Now, what exactly is a harness to booster seat? And should I get a harness to booster seat or should I just go right to a booster seat? We're gonna dive into all of that today as we compare the Nuna Royal harness to booster seat versus the Britax Grow With You ClickTight. Okay, let's take it from the top and talk about what a harness to booster seat is. So a harness to booster seat it's in the name. It's a seat that goes from harnessed mode where you've got a 5-point harness and that acts very much like your forward facing convertible car seat stage. Then it goes into booster mode, which means that you remove the harness, you tuck it in behind the fabrics, and you are using the vehicle seatbelt over your child to buckle them in. So it really is harness to booster mode. So that is the essence of a harness to booster seat. Now, if you are a family wondering, do I need a harness to booster seat or should I go right to a high back booster for my child? You know, the families that we find have the most success with harness to booster seat is really those who maybe there's a younger sibling coming along. You've got an infant who's about to graduate to the convertible seat. You've got an older child who is kind of at the cusp of not needing a convertible seat anymore, maybe being almost ready for a booster, but not quite. So a harness to booster is a great option because then you free up that convertible seat for your younger child, and your older child still has that forward facing harnessed convertible car seat style before they are then ready to transfer directly into a booster seat. So it kind of saves you from needing to buy a second convertible car seat. Another family that this might be great for is, a secondary vehicle or a caregiver vehicle where you don't necessarily want to buy every single stage of car seat. So this really is a bit of a 2-for-1 in that you get all of the benefits of a forward-facing convertible car seat as well as a booster seat. One of the things I love most about harness to booster seats is they're great for kids who are kind of ready for that next stage of seat, almost, kind of getting into that booster seat mode. Maybe they're not quite big enough, or maybe they don't have the maturity yet to stay in their seat all the time. If you feel that they're at risk of unbuckling themselves, then that harness just gives you some extra time with that security while still allowing your child to feel that they're kind of moving up in the car seat world. Now today we are comparing the Nuna Royal versus the Britax Grow With You ClickTight seats. So both of these seats can be used in forward-facing harnessed mode until your child is 65 pounds or 49 inches tall. In booster mode, meaning the harness has been tucked in behind the frame, which I'll show you that a little bit later, you can use both seats until your child is 120 pounds. With the Nuna Royal, you can use that to 57 inches tall, and with the Britax Grow With You ClickTight, you can use that to 63 inches tall. Now for context, I'm 65 inches tall. So that's a pretty big range. You're able to really get your child to the very bitter end of their car seat journey in either of these seats. So let's talk about some of the other key similarities and differences between these seats. So with our Britax, you can see that we are getting a really nice deep sidewall with this layer of side impact protection. It's got 2 layers. With your Nuna, you're also getting some great side impact protection, and you have these side impact pods, which are really great for just absorbing energy in the event of a collision. Both of these seats have a steel core frame, and they both have a multi-position adjustable headrest. With our Nuna, we're getting that 8-position headrest. With the Britax, I believe it's 9 positions, but in both cases, you can see these headrests go quite high to really grow with your child. Now, with both of the seats, you've also got a tether on the back that you would use when installing the seat. So with your Nuna, you've just got a forward-facing tether. That's a single tether. With the Britax, you are getting their patented V-shaped tether, which has patented stitching on it to really release slowly and absorb impact in the event of a collision. You are also getting your ClickTight installation technology on the Grow With You, as well as the Nuna True Tension doors on the Royal. Now the Royal, I know we get a lot of viewers from outside of Canada, so I will mention that the Royal is actually a Canadian exclusive. So if you're in the US and you're like, I want that Royal, it's only available in Canada, which is a nice perk for us Canadians. So in a harness to booster seat, when you are installing in forward facing mode, you are going to use your vehicle seatbelt or the UAS latches to do that install. Then when your child moves into booster mode, meaning that the harness is tucked in behind and they're now using the vehicle seatbelt over their body to secure them in the seat, you are just going to use those UAS latches to secure your seat to the vehicle. In both cases, you're always going to have the tether installed for both harnessed and booster mode. That really helps to prevent your seat from becoming a projectile when your child isn't in it if you were in a collision. Now, let's talk about some of the other great details about these seats. So with your Britax seats, you can see that you've got these 2 armrests on either side. You've also got 4 cup and snack holders. On the Nuna, you've got these really cool pop out cup holders, which are really nice because you can also pop them away when they are not in use. And you've got an adjustable calf rest, which is great for your growing child, just for their additional comfort. On the Nuna, you also have these magnetic clip holders. So when you do unbuckle the harness, oftentimes as your child is getting in and out of the vehicle, you're kind of rummaging in behind them to find the harness. With these magnetic clip holders, it's just a really nice way of getting them out of the way for your child to climb in, then they're easier to put on top. The other thing that I'll call out about the Royal is that you do have this ventilation built into the back of the frame here, which is really nice for just increasing airflow with your child. Now, let's take a look at the installs in both harnessed mode, what it looks like to put the harness in behind the frame, and then an install in booster mode for both of these seats. So let's install this Royal in forward facing harnessed mode. First, I've released my top tether and I'm just gonna string it through the back and I'll install that at the very end. Next, I like to release my harness. Next up, I am just going to open the seat back here to reveal my true tension door and my harness storage. These do clip in, so you'll just want to unclip. You can see here that I've got my true tension door, so I will just clip that open. And through the back here is my belt path. So I will feed my vehicle's lap and shoulder belt through that belt path, ensuring that there are no twists and turns. Pulling it out on the other side here. Then once we are through, I'm just going to remove any excess slack in my seat belt. And then closing this true tension door until we hear a click. There we go. Placing my seat fabrics back into position. And then we will go ahead and clip in that tether at the back. And we are ready to go in forward-facing harnessed mode. So your little one is finally ready to use the seat in booster mode. So let's take a minute to tuck this harness back in behind the frame. I will show you how. First, we are going to just unclip the harness, removing your crotch and shoulder pads. You can just push those to the side. Then we are just going to open up the back panel of the seat. We'll pull the crotch buckle through the seat base and just have it tucked there at the back. And then with your harness clips, you're just gonna open up this door here. And then your harness clips can actually just be tucked. You're gonna scooch them up and tuck them in behind the frame here. get them out of the way. Placing this back down, our seat frame back down, and our seat is now ready for booster mode. So now let's get the seat installed so that it's ready to use. So in order to install in booster mode, we're again just going to open up the bottom of the seat to actually showcase this latch holding place. We're gonna remove the latches from this little pocket down here, close it up, put the seat back into place. Now we're going to open that same true tension door that we used when we were in harnessed mode, and we will feed the latches through that door. Clipping into the bottom position in your vehicle, and then across on the other side as well. Next, we will take out any excess tension on our latches, close that true tension door, then we will replace our seat fabrics. And if you had uninstalled your forward-facing tether during that process, you'll want to make sure that that is reconnected. Ours is good to go. And now we are ready to use the seat in booster mode. And when your child is using it, you can actually see that there are shoulder belt guides just on the side of your headrest here. So you would actually take your belt, feed it through that shoulder guide to ensure that you're getting that proper position over your child, between your child's neck and shoulder of their lap belt, of their seat belt, and then you are connecting in. You also at the bottom here have a purple lap belt guide. So now you are ready to enjoy the Nuna Royal in booster mode. So let's install the Britax Grow With You ClickTight. Now it does have that ClickTight installation technology, so this should be pretty quick and easy. First of all, I'm going to loosen my harness just to give myself some extra slack. I will move my harness straps out of the way as well. So we'll pull up our seat fabric, and then we're just going to pinch our ClickTight door open to reveal the back of the seat. Now this shows you our belt path, which is denoted in green here. So we will just feed our vehicle lap and shoulder belt through the belt path. Then ensuring that we remove any excess slack and that we've got no twists and turns in our seat belts. Before we close that ClickTight door, there we go, hearing that click. Now I'm just going to readjust my fabrics on my seat. And then last but not least, we will install that rear facing tether, clipping it into that anchor point on the base of your vehicle seat. This is the Britax Grow With You ClickTight installed in forward-facing harnessed mode. Now we're going to tuck this harness in behind our frame because our not so little is ready to graduate to booster mode. So first up, we are just going to remove some of our padding and get these harnesses out of the way. You'll want to just unclip one side of these shoulder harnesses so that you can tuck them up and out of the frame. Then I just like to kind of pull these up, and you're actually gonna tuck them into the side wing. So one of the ways that that is even easier for you to do is by increasing the height here. Other side is done, just gonna adjust. Next up, I will take my crotch buckle and get it into the base of the seat. So to do that, I'm just gonna open up my ClickTight door. And we're just feeding our crotch buckle just up and out to the front so that it is out of the way for your child. Keeping our harness straps tucked in the back here, but not interfering with the ClickTight door. Then you can close it up and you are ready to go in harnessed mode, making your necessary adjustments so that your babe is comfortable in the seat. Now let's do our install in booster mode. So what we're going to do is open up that ClickTight door again to expose our lower latches, which are just in the compartment down here. Once you have your lower latches out, you'll just want to extend them. Then you're going to install in that same ClickTight panel through the same belt path that you did for your vehicle seat install. So we'll put our one, and we'll just be clicking these into your vehicle's lower anchors. Ensuring no twists and turns as always in that belt, tightening it up, and then closing your ClickTight door. Next up, we are going to, if you had uninstalled your V-shaped tether, make sure that you connect it back in and tighten it up. Then we're just going to feed your vehicle seatbelt through the shoulder belt guide at the top here. You can see it just helps to ensure that you get that proper positioning over your child's neck and shoulder area when they're buckling themselves into the seat. And then your lap belt will just go across these two red guides. And you are ready to go in booster mode with the Britax Grow With You ClickTight. So there you have it, the Britax Grow With You ClickTight versus the Nuna Royal harness to booster seats. We are stoked to see what seat makes the most sense for your family. Sound off in the comments below. If you are still on your car seat journey, we totally get it. Be sure to check out our best of booster seats roundup video where we include harness to booster seats alongside your high back boosters, your backless boosters, so that you have all of the knowledge to feel confident in your decision, because at the end of the day, that is our mission here at Snuggle Bugz, to instill confidence in families navigating the early stages of parenthood. And a big way that we do that is through car seat education. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we will catch you on the next one.